the stream here. Hold on. Load up the stream. Alrighty, so sorry for the audio there. Also, the background, there's gonna be a little bit of wind because it's blowing like 40 miles an hour right now outside my boat. So you're gonna have to just go ahead and forgive me on that. You're gonna hear creaks like that a little bit here and there. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Hopefully I can talk over it. But yeah, so basically, welcome to the third episode. Today we're gonna be this is a bye week, so we're gonna be making a trade. Or I'm gonna try to make a trade anyway. And then we're gonna hop into the next week, which I think we're playing the Titans. So I've been looking around a little bit, and honestly, I'm kind of feeling Brian Hoyer's our starting quarterback. And I've stated a couple times now that I don't feel comfortable with Manziel as leading our team. Maybe he might turn into something good. Who knows? I mean, he's on a pretty cheap contract, but I just don't know that I can necessarily see him becoming anything more than what he did in real life. So I was looking around a little bit, and one guy that really that I noticed was Aaron Murray. He's also a rookie, and he's out of Georgia. Sure, he didn't have as much hype out of college, but he's still good. He can still produce, I feel like, if we give him the right platform. Drink a little bit of my eggnog here. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at receivers maybe. This is also the year I think that not a single one of the receivers caught a touchdown. So it's also something to keep in mind here. Junior Hemingway, I think he ended up becoming a tight end. That is some serious wins, so if you're hearing that, I am sorry. Travis Kelce's super young. I think I'm just gonna go straight up Aaron Murray. I think because Johnny Manziel has more overall, he's a higher overall now, I'm gonna want a pick as well, like a fifth round pick, even though he's, I think, pretty sure first round pick, but like a fifth round pick. Aaron Murray and a fifth round pick, sorry, seems a fair trade for Johnny Manziel in the situation. They need slightly more value. How about we drop that down to a sixth? Is that, no, a sixth? Does that suffice? Should have been a little bit more value. Okay, and we can look at getting another guy off the team as well. Dumping him off, something. Miles Austin, maybe. I mean, he's been okay for us this year, not anything special. Trade him out, and then I'd definitely give Robert Herron some extra looks, which is what I kind of want, to be honest. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw Miles Austin in there, because they need a receiver as well. So, put your opponent. If that's the case, I want a fourth round, honestly. Yes, trade offer is accepted. All right, so Johnny Manziel and Miles Austin are going to the Chiefs. I feel like he wasn't really ever gonna pan out anyway. And Brian Hoyer's still solid. He's still young, so he could still definitely become something good. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Aaron Murray works out for us here. And either way, I mean, it's not like we really gave up a lot. Gave up a lot. We actually have room to go sign another receiver because I don't want to rock only 4. So let me go ahead and go over to free agents. You're going to hear another little thing of audio here. Alright, so it doesn't sound like the wind's too bad right now. Now let's go ahead and go receiver here. Someone that's not, gonna get a lot of looks, but when he is in, Jacoby Ford was kind of screaming at me last time. So was Levon Brazil. I mean, Ryan Broyles was also good in college. never really amounted to much in the NFL. Mark Mariani was okay for the Titans. Anthony Armstrong, Bruce Ellington. This is tough. Go Josh Huff. I mean, yeah, let's go Josh Huff. I know he was pretty solid in college, and it's his rookie year, so signing him for a 1-year deal ain't half bad. So that's going to be kind of what we do in the adjustments. I mean, not really much more that I'd want to do. So now if we advance the week here, is this going to go to like league schedule or something? Yeah, exactly. So it's going to take us to week 5. We're already at week 5, which kind of baffles me a little bit. But definitely moving through the season pretty good. At a pretty good pace. Episode 3, week 5. Definitely something I like to see. We're getting more money each week. So the Titans winless. That is actually kind of a good sign for us. Let's see. My stories. Yeah, it's not going to say. So I'm pretty sure that we're going to have our run game back. So that means Dion Lewis's touches are going to get cut way back if he's going to get anything at all. Because I thought, yeah, our guys are back from injury now. So go ahead and move him to there. So it was good having Dion Lewis step up when we needed him to, but I mean, Isaiah Crowell only got a carry, so I can't really say that he did, a lot for us, but because he didn't. But Dion Lewis didn't really do much either outside of the passing game, but he definitely really helped receiving the ball on those little dump-off screens. So hopefully we don't miss that too much, because if we go ahead and look at the stats here, receiving, we have Dion Lewis here, 4 catches for 74 yards. That's definitely going to be something we miss, just having that reliability on screen plays, because I don't know that Niall Davis or Ben Tate's going to necessarily offer that. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and hop right into this week against the Titans. They're 0-4. We're coming off of a bye week, so we're 0-3. Personally, I don't really care for having a bye week this early in the season. But I mean, it just means we gotta power through another, 13 games without a break, which is gonna kind of suck a little bit, but we should be fine. We should be fine. So I mean, the Titans this year, they have, I think Mariota's this is his rookie year, maybe. They have their run game's okay. They're not really that good of a team. I think they're the second lowest in this game. So they're definitely nothing to really shout at. That's for sure. Let's go ahead and take a look. Leon Washington is their running back, and he's only got 73 yards on the year. So he's better than what we got, that's for sure. So Ben Tate's back. That's really going to be good. Hopefully he can, pick up some production for us. That would be quite nice. I'd really like to see our run game kind of take off, because that's definitely been the weaker side of our offense. So, I mean, we've made a couple roster moves. Okay, Phil Sims, Nance. Can't hear you. Come on. Be gone. Be gone. Alright. So, I think in real life, this is the game that the Browns pulled off like a 17-point comeback. Charlie Whitehurst is their starting quarterback. That means they're in for a struggle fest this year. Brian Hoyer is our starting quarterback, so that's not really that much better in terms of overall. But you get what I'm saying. So David Akers, I forgot he played for the Titans, unless they signed him. But I don't remember him playing for the Titans, but could definitely be wrong. That being said, we're going to get underway here, and we're at Tennessee with this one. Travis Benjamin's going to take the kickoff, and he's just going to go ahead and take a knee, and out comes the Cleveland offense. Brian Hoyer's last game was really his worst game of the season so far. So that's definitely not something I want to see. But in the first 2 games, he definitely showed some promise. So that's definitely preferable. So I'm going to stick with him. I'm not going to move to Aaron Murray just yet. I'm going to start off with handing it off to Ben Tate, who's going to break a couple tackles, and he's going to get 4 yards. Already starting off strong, and that is what we want to see from our running game. So already it looks like Niall Davis is in, but he's going to line up as the blocking back instead of the running back. And go ahead and hand it off to Ben Tate yet again, and he's only going to get a couple on the play, as he is now 2 rushes for 6 yards. Already seen kind of a good, strong running game from our offense already. That's definitely something that we've been lacking. We'll go ahead and dump it off over to Hawkins here. He's going to be just shy of the first down marker, and that's going to be a catch for 3 yards, and it's going to be 4th and 1 now. So we're going to have to punt it away, unfortunately. Not starting 3-0 or going 3-and-out to start off the game is not ideal, as Leon Washington's going to go ahead and make a fair catch. Leon Washington's definitely one of those solid backs. Not something that is your every down back unless you don't have a better option. But he was solid for Seattle. Looks like he's been okay for Tennessee. So we're going to start off the game by handing it off to him. He's going to bounce off a couple defenders, and he's going to get a first down, and that's going to get him into Cleveland territory. This defense definitely has been kind of the most inconsistent factor of our team. That Saints game, we definitely had a lot of good stops, as they're going to hand it off to Leon yet again, who's going to get a gain of about 8-ish on the play there. That's not what we want to see. Sorry, 6. And the game against the Saints, we had a bunch of defensive stops, which is, was kind of looking good for us. But then against the Ravens, we just had a bunch of drives where we just couldn't stop them at all. So then Washington's going to get the ball yet again. He's going to get another first down, as he is already off to a hot start. And this is exactly what I kind of envisioned for this team. Just right off the get-go, not being able to really stop the run. Because we're more geared to stop the pass, and we can't even do that right. So Leon Washington's going to get another carry for about 9 yards. He almost has half of what he has throughout the whole season in just the first quarter of this game. Alrighty, so that's going to end the first quarter here. It is 0-0. Hopefully we can get a stop here. They have 28 yards to go to score a touchdown, obviously. But it's 2nd and 2 now. They've not passed the ball yet, which, I don't really blame them if the run game's going to work like it is. And that's going to get stuffed right there, and that's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And it is now 3rd and 2. And that was Aubrey on the tackle. So I'm pretty sure that's a cornerback. As Whitehurst is going to go ahead and look for a pass, and he's going to get sacked on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down at the 33-yard line, 4th and 7, and now Tennessee's going to have to bring in their field goal unit, which they're not. They're going to go ahead and punt it from the 33-yard line. Slightly questionable. I don't necessarily know why they would punt it from here instead of trying to kick it with David Akers, who's a pretty well-accomplished kicker, but instead they will punt it and get it out at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 now at the 12-yard line. We're back on offense. Definitely looked a little scary there. Took us a while to get used to it on defense, but we're going to hand it off to Ben Tate. He's going to get a gain of 5 yards, and he's definitely looking pretty solid. Not quite as solid as Leon for Tennessee, but for his first game back, the run game's definitely not going to be a key factor for us. As we're going to go ahead and hand it off here, and he's going to get a first down for us, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning, as he's definitely seeming to be a reliable 5 yards here, 5 yards there kind of a back, which is really ideal for what we need right now. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. We got Ben Tate in the backfield. We're going to go ahead and take the snap here, and we're just going to go ahead and dump it off to Ben Tate, and he's going to drop it, and just like that, it is 2nd down now. So definitely not having Dion Lewis get as many snaps is going to be kind of an issue because he's a good receiving back. So we're going to go ahead and dump it off to Heron here. His first catch in the NFL is he's going to make a move past the defender, and just like that, he's off to the races, and he has only one person to stop him. He's going to push him out of bounds at the 17-yard line, as that is Heron's first play in the NFL, as he gets a huge play as he makes a defender miss and gets us all the way down into Tennessee territory. That is kind of what we've been looking for, is that one playmaker to have just those plays every now and then, just dump it over the middle, and he can take it as many yards as he did, as that's going to be Ben Tate for a gain of 5 yards, as it is now 2nd and 5. Our offense is definitely clicking here, which is what I like to see. It's 2nd and 5 at the 12-yard line here, as we're going to go ahead and try to throw it, but Hoyer instead is going to get sacked, and that's going to force us to burn a timeout. It is now 3rd and 12. Third and 12 now. Hoyer's going to take the snap. He's going to go ahead and roll out to his right. He's going to have nobody open. He's going to try finding Heron, and that's going to get picked off after such a hard-working play by Heron. He tried finding him again, and it just got picked off yet again, as that's been kind of an ongoing theme for us lately, is that we get under pressure and we make terrible decisions, and Hoyer ends up coughing up the ball. 1st and 10 now for the Tennessee offense at the 8-yard line, so we're going to go ahead and dump it off, and that's going to be incomplete, as I'm pretty sure he was intending, who's number 13? I don't remember who's trying to throw it to there. I think it's Kendall Wright, but not too sure. As Whitehurst is going to go ahead and try making another throw to Kendall Wright, and this time he will make the catch, as that's going to be a 1st down. But it looks like nobody's really in a huge rush here to make any points. So it looks like they're just going to try and run out the clock, as this might be the final play, as Whitehurst will find his receiver here, and he got beat as Buster Screen is chasing him, and he is going to have to make the diving catch, and he's going to get shoved out at the 4-yard line, as that's a touchdown saving tackle, as that was way too close for my liking. As now both defenses have given up a huge play, as nobody will really budge in terms of points, as we're going to go ahead and kick it off here to Leon, who's going to make a great return back, as that's going to get to the 32-yard line. As this Tennessee offense had that one good play at the end of the drive there. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. Hopefully they're not going to start being way more efficient on offense. As they're going to start off by handing it off to Leon here, who's going to get a 1st down. What's new? And we are looking at yet another 1st down for this Tennessee offense. 1st and 10 out the 44-yard line. Tennessee has Washington and Mooney in the backfield. They're going to go ahead and fake the handoff here, and they're going to throw it to their fullback, who's going to run out of bounds. That'll be a gain of 3. Charlie Whitehurst is 3 for 4 from 92 yards. Most of it coming off of that huge play at the end of that first half. 2nd and 7 now. Charlie Whitehurst is the only person in the backfield, as he's going to go ahead and make a he's going to get pressure. He's going to run for it, and he's going to get that 1st down, as that'll be a rush for 8 yards for Charlie Whitehurst, as that's not what we really like to see, because he's not the most athletic quarterback. So for him making plays like that, that's definitely not a good look for our defense. 2nd and 10 now. They're going to go ahead and hand it off to Leon Washington, who's going to get tackled for a loss of 4 yards. It is now 2nd and 14. That was Jabal Sheard on the play. That is what I like to see from our defense. This Tennessee offense is really trying to take as many seconds as they can off the board, and it's definitely showing, as they're going to go ahead and try making a throw here, and they're going to do just that. And then he's going to try hurdling the defender. He's going to get hit in midair. But it is now 3rd and 5 here, as Charlie Whitehurst is definitely finding his targets. It's just they're preferring the run game, and it's definitely working in their advantage, to their advantage. Charlie Whitehurst is going to take the snap here. He's going to go ahead and pass, and they're going to go ahead and do a screen play here. And Leon's going to make a stutter step, and that's going to get a first down and then some, as he's going to make it all the way to the end zone, as that was a great play by Leon Washington. And just like that, we are down 6-0 pending the extra point. David Akers is lining up for the extra point here. He's going to kick it. It is up, and it is good. And we are now down by 7 points as Leon Washington absolutely cooked our defense there. All right, we're going to go ahead and have Hawkins return it here, and he's going to do just that. He's going to make a couple defensive a couple moves on offense. He's going to get down to the 29-yard line. Alright, we're going to go ahead and audible to a run here, flip it, so that we can hand it off to Niall Davis, because we've been handing it purely to Ben here. Niall Davis is going to go ahead and get the handoff here, and he's going to get a decent amount of yardage on this one, as it looks like it's going to be about 5 yards, as it's good to see Niall back in the lineup as well. So we definitely got to capitalize a little bit better than what we had been, especially because we got all the way down into the red zone last time. And that's going to get picked off yet again, as that's another blemish on Hoyer's record. And that was Woodyard. And just like that, they are looking at good field position yet again, as Hoyer is just continuing to struggle. They're going to hand it off to Leon Washington here, who's going to get tackled at the 30-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard. And it's now 2nd and 11. That'll take us to the fourth quarter, as we are looking at a 7-0 score right now, and the Tennessee offense is moving the ball. Definitely looking like it's going to be just that, as Leon Washington will get the carry, and that's now this Cleveland defense is definitely showing a little bit of what we need from them right now. This is now 3rd and 10. In that yard, but it's 3rd and 10. Charlie Whitehurst is going to go ahead and pass the ball here. He's going to go ahead and find his receiver over the. That's going to be a first down. This is really not looking good for us, as it looks like we're going to be giving Tennessee their first win if we don't change something real quick. First and 10 at the 15-yard line. They're going to go ahead and go pass here. They're going to give it up. And that was almost picked off, as Paul Kruger should have had that. It was put right in his hands. And just like that, it is now 2nd down, as it very well could have been a turnover on downs. 2nd and 10 now. Charlie Whitehurst has Leon Washington in the backfield. He's going to make a spin move. And that's going to be a first down, as we have no answer for him. This is now a 1st and goal for this Tennessee offense, as that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Looking at 1st and goal now, as this Cleveland defense just has no answer for Leon Washington. And it's definitely showing, as it is now 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. They're going to fake the handoff here, and they're going to dump it off to their fullback. Sorry, that's not their fullback. That's their tight end, I believe. And that'll be a gain of 4 yards, as it is now 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. As this does not look like it's a very good blitz, as it is now 2nd and goal. They're going to go ahead and go with Charlie Whitehurst with the carry, and just like that, it is 3rd and goal. Hopefully we can get some sort of turnover here. I doubt it, but hopefully we can't. Hopefully we can, excuse me. It's 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line now. So they're going to go ahead and finally hand it off to Leon, and they're going to get stuffed, as he's going to lose 2 on the play. We're going to call a timeout here. Definitely looking like they're going to go for a field goal, which makes a lot of sense, as it's going to be up, and that will be good, as it's now a 10-0 game. We got 1 minute and 4 seconds to go down, score a touchdown, and get us a field goal. So hopefully we can do that. We're not going to return it here, as that will go out through the back of the end zone. And just like that, we are looking at a 10-0 deficit. Yet again, putting ourselves into a pretty tricky situation, if you ask me. We got to get out of bounds pretty much every play here. So we're going to go ahead and throw it to Josh Gordon, who's wide open. He's going to get a huge play here. We're going to go ahead and hurry up as we're now looking at a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Hoyer's going to take the snap. He's going to go ahead and try looking over to Travis Benjamin. He's picked off for the 3rd time this game, and that's looking like that'll be taken back to the house, and that'll make this game officially done, as that is Hoyer's 3rd pick and his 7th on the season, as it has just been the struggle bus for him lately. And that PAT is good, and just like that, we have 43 seconds left. Obviously there's no coming back, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull Hoyer once I can. So hopefully we can see a little bit of Aaron Murray in the last 43 seconds. Hopefully that's, you know, good enough to see kind of what we need to work on with him. See if we're going to need to, you know, build more of an offensive or a passing scheme or a running scheme. But definitely not a good past couple weeks for Brian Hoyer. Murray's going to go ahead and take the snap. He's going to go ahead and dump it over the middle here. That's going to be Heron, and that's going to be caught for a gain of 4 yards. We're going to go ahead and hurry it up here, as we still want to go down and potentially score some points. We're going to go ahead and throw it over to Heron yet again, who's going to make the catch, and he's going to go ahead and get the 1st down. We're going to go ahead yet again, call hurry up, as we are looking at 1st and 10 with 16 seconds left and counting. We're going to do a screen play here, and we're going to go ahead and just call our last timeout. And that was Travis Benjamin on the catch, as Aaron Murray seems to be like he's going to be pretty solid. He's been connecting on every one of his passes to this point. Definitely not. It's definitely going to be interesting to see if we need to go to him right away, as we're going to go ahead and find our tight end, as I believe that was Hartridge, as they're going to call that a Barnridge, sorry, not Hartridge, Barnridge, as that is going to be ruled a catch. Alright, they want us to throw a Hail Mary here, and I don't necessarily want to do that. We're going to go ahead and just call a screen play here, and if we can get out of bounds at some point, then that would be good. Go ahead and dump off to Ben Tate here. He's going to go ahead and get the 1st down, and then some. That's going to be he's going to go ahead and run out of bounds and go to the 40-yard line, which that makes it a little bit more reasonable for a Hail Mary. Hopefully we don't throw another pick. That would be really bad. Aaron Murray's going to go ahead and roll out to the right here. He's going to go ahead and throw it down deep, and he's going to go up for the catch, and that's going to be exactly what happens as he throws a pick. I'm not going to get mad at that. That's off of a Hail Mary. You can't really get mad at that. Aaron Murray came in that last minute and was really kind of productful. I mean, it's good to see that we can throw him into the game and he'll just go down and just kind of do some dinking and dunking and just, you know, get the job done. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. We don't need to see how the Titans did. As we can see here, Hoyer 3 for 7, 86 yards. Murray 5 for 6 for 40. So less per pass, but still. He threw an interception. That was again off of a Hail Mary, so I'm not too worried about that. Rushing the ball, Ben Tate was definitely solid for us. 5 carries for 22 yards. Now Davis got his carry in there as well. Receiving, Robert Heron really kind of showed off today. I'm glad we picked him up. Ben Tate got his little screenplay. Barnridge at the last couple seconds of the game. Josh Gordon did his thing. We got to find more production on offense. We only scored, or we didn't score at all this game, so definitely not something that I like to see. I would like to see a little bit more in the way of scoring. So with this game, it's getting really tough for me to start Hoyer right now. I mean, we just lost again, so I think I'm going to go ahead and hop over to the depth chart, and I think it's time that Hoyer just finds the bench, and then we put in Murray. We'll see how that goes for a game. Maybe we have to go back to Hoyer. We're kind of at a, interesting situation here. We're 0-4. Let's go ahead and advance the week. I think we are playing the Steelers, which I'll go ahead and make this a doubleheader as well. So we'll go ahead and take on the Steelers. We lost last time, but we almost came back. Let's go ahead and see how they're doing. 4-1. So they're definitely playing pretty good football right now. We're 0-4, which is to be expected from the Cleveland Browns, but still not exactly ideal. Let's go ahead and let's see. Do I want to do 4-minute quarters or I want to up it? I'm going to go ahead and up the quarter length. So that way double headers won't happen as much now after this, but just because I feel like games run a little bit fast, so I'm going to go ahead and up it to 6-minute quarters, which I like fast-paced games. It gets through the season quickly because obviously we're in week 6 right now, but just kind of getting the, slowing the games down is definitely crucial for us. So if it ends up being more of a problem for us, then I'll go ahead and I'll definitely go ahead and change it back. But the read option, yes, I'm quite well aware there, Madden. Clearly never seen my old Mizzou series back in the day where that's the scheme that I ran, was a read option scheme. So, all right. Alrighty. Josh Gordon doing his thing. Not quite 100 yards receiving. I mean, we're in week 6, so somebody's really got to step up offensively. Antonio Brown's doing his thing as well, but I mean, really, we gotta have someone step up, as it looks like they're going to be rocking their normal uniforms this time, rather than those yellow helmets, which was kind of interesting to see them rock that for the first season, for the first game of the season. But this is a home game against a division rival, against just a rival in general. We really got to win this. This is going to be Dree Archer who's going to take it, and he's going to get absolutely flattened at the 29-yard line. And Dree Archer was a huge part of their offense, as I believe they're going to have LeGarrette Blount back now, as it looks like they actually have Bell back as well. So I think both Bell and LeGarrette Blount were injured for that game, and that's why Dree Archer got most of the carries. As Roethlisberger's going to run it himself, he's going to fumble the ball, and then we're not going to be able to pick it up for whatever reason, so Le'Veon Bell ends up falling on it, and it's going to be yet another first down for the Steelers offense, as we're going to go ahead and somehow miss the tackle there, as we could have had him right as he was handing it off, but instead Le'Veon Bell turns it for 10 yards, as I really feel like this run game's not going to be easy to stop, because week 1 they only had Dree Archer, who's not that good. I mean, he's good enough to stop, but he's fast, so that's kind of the upside to him. Your scheme gets run a little bit differently, but with Le'Veon Bell, I mean, he can really do just about anything. He can run the ball well, he can catch the ball well, so that's definitely going to be a problem. As they're going to find the receiver, Antonio Brown, over the middle, and that's going to be a gain of 11 yards, as this Steelers offense is moving with authority this early in the game. You got Ben Roethlisberger finding out how to use his legs. You got Le'Veon Bell, who's kind of doing well. He's making everybody miss. Just like that, for example. That's going to be another big play, and that's going to be a first down, as this is just really kind of proven to be harder and harder to stop him. And it looks like LeGarrette Blount's going to come into the game. He's going to be their strength back, really. Elusive is not really the name of his game. He's going to go ahead and dump it off to their fullback, and he's going to go ahead and get tackled, and he's going to get out of bounds. All right, so we're looking at a 2nd and 6 right now at the 14-yard line, as they are taking some serious time off the clock here. As Ben Roethlisberger is going to take the snap, he's going to look over the middle, he's going to find his tight end Miller, and that's going to get down to the 2-yard line, as that was kind of thrown really high, as he had to make a spectacular catch, to be quite honest, to even bring that in. First and goal here, they're going to go ahead and hand it off to Le'Veon Bell, and he's going to march it in, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Steelers offense. Kind of exactly what I was expecting, to be 100% honest. I wasn't really expecting too much stubbornness coming from our defense in this game, but hopefully we can make some stops here and there. But because I'd really rather not, you know, repeat the 0-16 season, but 2 seasons prior. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and come on out. We're going to give Aaron Murray the start this game. He played well in that last minute, so it's good to just kind of see if he can keep that up. We're going to go ahead and start the game by handing it off to Ben Tate, and he's going to get a gain of a couple, as it looked like he got folded up pretty good, but it looks like he's going to end up being just fine. So I'm definitely going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how Herron does from here on out, if that was just kind of a one-and-done game, or if he can continue to provide that kind of offense. We're going to go ahead and dump it off to Cameron, as I pressed X at first, which was not the button for him, which I'm really glad that we didn't throw it, because that could have been another pick, or it could have been a pick, the first of this game. But it's now just 3rd and 9. So we're going to go ahead and take the snap here. We're going to go ahead and try finding Cameron. We're going to do just that, and that's going to be a first down and then some, as that's going to get to the 43-yard line, as that is what we like to see here. Just seeing that nice connection from the quarterback to the tight end. Murray's definitely looking like he's settling in quite early, as we're going to go ahead and hand it off to Ben Tate here, who's going to get a gain of 7 on the play. And Ben Tate has definitely looked like he's going to be solid for us. Maybe not necessarily a 1,000-yard rusher, but I mean, there's only so much you can ask for. He's also, again, this is his 2nd game back, and it's week 6. So hopefully that doesn't stir it up too much, as we're going to go ahead and hand it off to Ben Tate, who's going to bounce off of a tackler, and that's going to be a gain of 6, as he is looking pretty good right now. Alright, we can go ahead and do it yet again. We're going to hand it off to Ben Tate. He's going to shrug off the tackler, and that's going to be a gain of about 3 on the play, as he is looking really good on this opening drive for us. Alrighty. Ben Tate in the backfield yet again. Murray's going to take the snap. Except this is going to be a pass this time. He's going to go ahead and find Cameron. It looks like that's going to be his favorite target this game so far, as that will be a gain of a few, as it is now 3rd and 3. It's good to have that nice, solid, reliable tight end to be able to throw to in key situations like that, as he's going to go ahead and try doing the same, but he's going to get sacked, and just like that, we are looking at 4th down, as we were doing so well on offense, and then just that one play, our offensive line just kind of gives up, and just like that, we are looking at a 4th and 13. Spencer Landing with the punt here, as we're going to go ahead and get it to Antonio Brown, who's going to get to the 20, but he's going to shrug off a tackler, and he'll get a couple more after that, as he's now down at the 22-yard line. So after we had the ball there, it was good to see Aaron Murray connecting on his targets. I really like that, as that's completely on me to miss that tackle there, as Le'Veon Bell gets yet another first down, as he is absolutely just torching our offense right now. It's really kind of hard to stop a playmaker as good as Le'Veon Bell, just kind of in general, because, I mean, he's just so good. We're going to go ahead and hand it off yet again, as he's going to shrug off a tackle. He's going to shrug off a couple, and that's going to be a gain of about 6, I want to say. And it's now going to be 2nd and 3. This looks like it's going to be the final play before the 2-minute warning, as Ben Roethlisberger is looking at a second and 3 here. He's going to go ahead and take the snap. He's going to fake the pass, and he's going to hand it off to Le'Veon. That's going to be more than enough for a first down, as Le'Veon is at the halfway mark for a century in terms of rushing yards. hopefully we can find a little bit more production out of this defense for Cleveland, because the Steelers offense is really kind of playing well. I mean, looks like they're playing a little bit better. A little bit better than they did in the first game against the Steelers, where they allowed 14 points in the first half. But as he's going to have a receiver right open in the middle, and that's going to be more. And just as I was speaking, it's going to be 13 pending the extra point. But we are down by 2 scores, and this is looking awfully familiar to how it did in the first game. But this is not looking too good for this Cleveland team. Alright, you can go ahead and kick it off here. Hawkins is going to go ahead and receive it. He's going to take it back, and he's going to get to about the 20-yard line. So it would have been just as good if he would have just let it go. Alright, so I'm not going to actually run the 4 verts. I'm going to go ahead and take a snap here. And we're going to go ahead and try finding Cameron. That's going to be considered a fumble, even though his arm was most definitely moving forward, as this looks like yet another bad call called against us this season. Is there any way we can get a review on that? Is there any way we can get a review on that? Okay, well, that's it's kind of horse crap if you ask me. Let's go ahead and take another look at that. Oops, come on, what are you doing? So we're going to go ahead and hide. And yeah, his arm is clearly moving forward, and they're going to call that a fumble. And just like that, it looks like the Steelers will score off of a missed call by the refs, and there's no taking it back, as we are now down by 3 scores, as this is looking really rough for us. Kickoff here. Hawkins is back there yet again. He's going to go ahead and take it back, this time getting past the 20, and he's going to make a defender almost miss, but get to the 25-yard line, as out comes this offense again after a blatantly missed call. But hopefully we can capitalize on offense and go down and score some sort of points before the end of the half. We're going to go ahead and roll out to the right, and Murray's going to get sacked again, as this is looking really bad for us right now, as this Steelers team has our number time in and time out. Murray's going to go ahead and take the snap. He's going to go ahead and throw it over to Heron. That's going to be almost picked off, and that's going to be an incomplete pass, as we're looking at a 3rd and 19 right now, as this is really just kind of looking like a struggle bus for this Cleveland team. Not exactly sure how we're going to come back from this, but we can definitely see about making it work. It's just we got to capitalize more on offense for sure. 3rd and 19 here. We're going to go ahead and just use a little screen play, and that's called an incomplete pass, but the other one wasn't, as it is now 4th and 19. I really feel like it's best if we just go for it. I mean, but thinking about that now, it's probably not a good idea. Lanning's going to go ahead and punt the ball away here, as Antonio Brown will fair catch it, and he will get to the 43-yard line. Alrighty. Ben Roethlisberger with Le'Veon Bell in the backfield. They're going to go ahead and run a slants play here. They're going to go ahead and look for the receiver, and they're going to do just that, as I believe that's San Antonio Holmes. And that's going to be a 1st down, and they're actually going to mark him just a yard shy of the 1st down marker. Looks like they're just going to go ahead and let this clock run out. They might try to run a deep play here. They're just going to run some double slants, and that's going to be called a catch. And that'll end this first half, as it is now 21-0, and we're going to go ahead and just get right back into the game and have Hawkins not return that, because that would have been bad. So we're going to go ahead and start at the 20. Murray's definitely, I wouldn't say he's had a standout game, but definitely better than what we've been seeing from Hoyer the past couple of weeks, which is good to see. I like that. Consistency really kind of starts at the quarterback position, being able to make those throws. As we're going to hand it off to Ben Tate here, and that's going to be a gain of a yard. Alrighty. So, looking at a 2nd and 9 already. Not really been too productive overall on offense. We're going to go ahead and dump it off to Ben Tate here, as that's kind of on Aaron Murray there, as he's only 3 for 6, which I did not realize he'd, only completed 3 of his passes so far. But definitely looking, overall just on offense, not too hot for us right now. So we're going to go ahead and try to find Cameron, as he's not going to be able to, as that's going to be a quick 3 and out already, as we are kind of looking at, just at this point we will really kind of, we're desperate. We need the points. Let's go ahead and run mesh. Is Herring going to be there? It's going to be Hawkins. So you never know, but we're going to go ahead and go for it here. We're going to go ahead and take the snap and go ahead and get sacked, and just like that, we're looking at the 11-yard line is the starting position for the Steelers offense. This is really not too hot for us, as I'm hesitant to put Hoyer in. Maybe we might see some BJ Daniels, as Le'Veon Bell is going to go ahead and get a few yards here, as it's for some reason harder than hell to take him down, as that'll be a gain of 4. And Aaron Murray kind of, really just being inconsistent is the main thing. We can probably see a little bit of BJ Daniels. I don't see any problem with that, as Le'Veon Bell is going to easily just walk into this end zone, as I really just don't understand that, as that is going to be yet another touchdown for the Steelers team, as this is looking really bad. As of right now, we haven't scored in a game and a half, not including the time that's been taken out of this third quarter. Yeah, let's go ahead and just pull Murray. He did all right for us in that little brief stint he had. BJ Daniels is he's a 44 overall normally, but he is also on a cold streak right now, and his confidence is low, so that's probably why. So Travis Benjamin's going to go ahead and take it back to the 24-yard line. Let's go ahead and get BJ Daniels some reps. He's good. He's mobile. I wouldn't necessarily call him, a pass-heavy quarterback, that's for sure. As we're going to go ahead and hand it off to Ben Tate here, as that's going to go ahead and get to the 25, so that's only a gain of a yard. As really kind of the name of the game with BJ Daniels at quarterback is just running the ball. He's mobile and can definitely pick up some yards with his legs, which is something that both of our quarterbacks lack, as Ben Tate's going to get a gain of about 3 there. So we're now looking at a 3rd and I believe 7, I want to say. 3rd and 6. Alrighty, so 3rd and 6 now. BJ Daniels is going to go ahead and take off with his own legs. He's going to make a first down, and that is good to see, as he is now 1 rush for 8 yards, and that's going to be cool to see our quarterback doing that. Maybe he makes a strong case for becoming a starting quarterback for us. Then we're going to have to look more towards the running game, as we're going to hand it off to Ben Tate here, as he's going to get a gain of 4 on the play. Because being 44 overall, you're not going to be able to pass that well. So if that's the case, we can trade off our receivers for some picks, or for some more running backs, or whatever. As we're now looking at a 3rd and 14, which is really not good for us right now. But go ahead and take the snap here. BJ Daniels will just go ahead and take off with his legs yet again, as this is going to be a close one, and that's going to be down, and that's going to be a gain of about, I want to say 12. This is now going to be 4th and 2, which is a lot more manageable than 4th and 14, that is for sure. And go ahead and go for it because it's this late in the game. We need points. We need to just do whatever we can on offense, which is something we've not been able to do. BJ Daniels is going to take off yet again, and he's going to get a first down as he has been really productive on this drive, which is good to see, as he might just go ahead and become our starting quarterback next week. Especially if he plays like this, because we're moving the ball. You don't necessarily have to pass well for us, just as long as you can get the ball moving downfield. That's kind of what matters. We're going to go ahead and take the snap here. We're going to throw it over the middle to Josh Gordon, who makes a great one-handed catch. And just like that, I think that's a gain of about 7. Because I think that's going to pretty much put Josh Gordon over the 100-yard mark on the season, which really isn't that good. BJ Daniels is going to go ahead and take the snap. He's going to go ahead and throw it over the middle. And that's going to get picked off by, I believe, Stephon Tuitt. And that is going to be a turnover on downs. That's Lawrence Timmons, excuse me. And again, BJ Daniels, not really your passing quarterback. In real life, he actually moved over to receiver because he had a couple stints with the Seahawks and couldn't quite ever make it as a quarterback. He also played for the Giants in real life as well, but couldn't ever make it as a quarterback, so he moved over to receiver. Alrighty. 2nd and 9 here. They're going to go ahead and hand it off to LeGarrette Blount, who's going to get more than a first down and then some, as he looks like he's going to take this to the house, as he wants some action too, as this is just looking really rough for us, as we are down now by 34. And then this extra point should make it 35, and it does. And this is looking really rough for us. So that's definitely a key part to this offense that we got lucky on in the first week, is that run game where they only had Dree Archer, as Hawkins is going to go ahead and take it back, and he's going to get to the 24, as he didn't have a lot of room to work with there, as he just got shoved out of bounds. And that's all she wrote for that. BJ Daniels is going to go ahead and come back out onto the field here. He's going to go ahead and take the snap, and he's just going to go ahead and hand it off to Ben Tate here. He's going to go ahead and make a good play, and that's going to be a nice gain of about 7, I think. So it's good to see that Ben Davis is kind of picking up the workload here, as none of our running backs before really did much, as he's going to go ahead and get the ball here. That's going to be close to the first down. I don't know that they're necessarily going to give it to him. And let's go ahead and take a look, and they will give it to us, as we're now looking at a 1st and 10. BJ Daniels is going to go ahead and take the snap right before the delay of game there. And he's going to go ahead and take off with his legs, and he's going to go ahead and fumble it, but he's going to be out of bounds. So that's going to be a gain of 9 yards. He is actually, I believe, our leading rusher today. Ben Tate might have a couple more yards than him, but BJ Daniels becomes our quarterback, then he's definitely going to be getting a lot of running yards, and possibly going to become our leading rusher. Alright, so it's 1st and 10 now at the 49-yard line, as we're moving the ball pretty effectively on the ground right now. We can go ahead and hand it off to Ben Tate yet again, and that's going to get us a gain of a couple. Ben Tate with 47 yards on the day, which I believe is more than our offense had produced before. But on top of what BJ Daniels has gotten so far, so that's definitely good to see our run game kind of pick up. Just going to go ahead and just dump it off to Heron here. He's been really solid for us ever since we acquired him through free agency. Going to be 3rd and 2 now, as we're at the 40-yard line with only 1:20 left to go in this game. Kind of looking just to put some points on the board before the end of the game. So we can go ahead and throw it over to Josh Gordon, who's going to make the catch, as that was a spectacular throw and catch, and that'll most definitely put him over the 100-yard mark if he hadn't been there before. BJ Daniels is going to go ahead and take the snap. He's going to have no choice but to throw it, and that's going to get off, but it will be considered an incomplete pass. All right, 2nd and 10 now here. We have Ben Tate in the backfield. We're going to go ahead and take the snap. BJ Daniels going to roll out to his right. And that was right towards the defender, and he got pressured into that throw, and that's going to be his 2nd pick of the game. And just like that, that'll wrap this game up. And we are looking at a 35-0 loss, as that is just not something you really ever want to see. Le'Veon Bell with the carry here, and he's going to go ahead and get the 1st down. And with that, that'll go ahead and wrap this game up, as the last few seconds are going to be ticked off. And just like that, 35-0 is a loss at home. Not really a good look. Brian Hoyer didn't get any reps today, just because I feel like he really needs to rest. Just because, I mean, not playing well is just something we can't have. So neither quarterback really did well. BJ was 3 for 6. Aaron Murray is 3 for 7. 27 passing yards from BJ, 25 from Aaron. 2 interceptions from BJ and none from Aaron. Rushing, Ben Tate led the way, and then we also had BJ with 36. I'm saying BJ a lot. Receiving, we have Jordan Cameron, Josh Gordon, and Robert Herron. And then defensively, I think we had, Sean Gibson, Joe Hayden, and Dante Whitner. Should never have our safeties and our top cornerback be leading and tackling. But when you're the Cleveland Browns, that's what's going to happen. So let's go ahead and finalize this. Yes, I'm sure. And that should wrap this episode up. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and advance the week here. I believe we are playing the Jaguars next week, I want to say. And yes, we are. We're 2-4. We're 0-5. This is not really looking too good for us. So let's go ahead. I think we actually get our lineman back, which would be really quite nice if we did. And we don't next week. So next episode we will take on the Jags. As we can see here, the Ravens are 6-0, Steelers are 5-1, the Bengals are 3-2, and we're 0-5. So that is just spanking good. I was gonna say spectacular, but I forgot how to say that word. So with that being said, that's gonna go ahead and wrap this episode on up, and I will see you in the next one.